In this video, I'm going to share with you the perfect example why new sellers on Amazon should not create their own private label products and buy from sites like Alibaba. Let's jump right in. As you begin creating your own private label product, you need to first come up with an idea. Then research that potential private label opportunity on Amazon. For example, what if you wanted to sell a bra washing bag? Head over to Amazon and search for the item you want to sell. In this case, you can see that there are 619 items showing up in the search results. The first section of results is a sponsored ad. The second set of results are also sponsored ads. Right from the beginning, it's important to know that anyone who understands sponsored advertising and is willing to pay the price can end up at the top of the Amazon search results. With that said, effectively creating sponsored ads to promote and advertise your products on Amazon is an additional skill set to learn. As we look through the results, you'll see the first item is a sponsored listing for a bra washing bag for laundry in purple. Remember that. As we scroll down further, we can see the same item in the organic search results that is not sponsored. Further down, you will notice the same item in a paid advertisement for a Black Friday deal. And even further yet down the page are the results that are once again sponsored, this time in the form of a video. Spend a few seconds watching the video and remember it. We will come back to that as well. If you are new to selling on Amazon, you should understand that this seller is part of the Amazon Brand Registry program. They have successfully registered their brand, which enables them to offer subscribe and save opportunities, A+ content on their listings, and video-sponsored advertising. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok all have advertisements for people wanting to sell you private label courses. It definitely sounds like a good opportunity. If so, why am I suggesting you avoid it? Answer this question out loud with a yes or no answer. Do you want to invest money in a product whereby you will not make any money for at least 6 months and could possibly lose all your money? If you answered yes, good answer by the way, keep watching. Let's check out the listing. This seller has several child-parent variations of the same item in a variety of colors and bundles. In all, there are 13 variations with unique ASINs associated with them. The listing is professionally created with graphics, layout, and video. This is the A+ content I was referring to earlier. When you create your own product, you will need to hire a graphic designer for the artwork, logo, A+ content graphics, box graphics, and more. This item is listed at $13.24. The discount deal says it is 51% off the regular pricing. Before I give you the answer, do you think this discount is valid when compared to the regular selling price? Again, answer out loud, yes or no. Amazon states that 400 plus of these items have been sold in the last 30 days. Do you believe this data is correct? Most people would say yes to that question. In most cases, when you are purchasing a private label product, you need to buy a minimum quantify of 500 units. Although there are 13 variations, there are only 5 colors. If you stock all 5 colors, you would need an initial inventory order of 2,500 units. The most common place people go to when they're creating a private label is a Chinese website called Alibaba.com. Now that we know what our private label product idea is, we can visit Alibaba and see if they have a product that is similar or the same to what we found on Amazon. When you purchase a private label product from most vendors on Alibaba, you typically have to pay 50% when you place the order and the balance prior to shipping, which is usually 6 weeks later. Delivery time can take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. In this case, you've purchased 2,500 units, and the soonest you will sell 1 unit, if you are lucky, is 10 weeks. If, and that's a big if, you have the cash flow for the purchase, could you think of other ways to get a return on your money faster? Again, more on this later. Let's check out Spy Rivals and see what the data tells us. For this listing, 7.5 units are selling each day. This means that 225 have sold in the last 30 days and not the 400 plus that Amazon states. We will skip the profit calculations for now. We will come back to that later once we see if we can find a similar product on Alibaba. Let's look at the actual price history for this item to see if it's actually a 51% discount. To see that, I have to click the Spy Rivals lookup button. Here we can see that the average price for the last 30 days is $16.98, and the 365-day average price is $17.98. $13.64. The current pricing is $13.24. That's definitely a discount. However, it's certainly not 51% as the listing says. It's actually closer to 20%. As a side note, these are the types of things Amazon does to help sell more items on their site. Now, with the research we've done, you might think there's an opportunity here. So why would I suggest you avoid private label? Don't worry, keep watching. We'll get to that soon enough. Let's check out Alibaba. Once on Alibaba, I'm going to search for the item we see selling on Amazon. This first result is a similar product, however, it's not the same. As you scroll, you will see additional listings for the item that is similar. The mesh and hook on the item are different than the item we found on Amazon. And there it is. Let's check it out. If you're wondering if this is the same item, remember that video I asked you to watch earlier? Well, what do you see there? That is literally the same video that is on the Amazon page. In fact, even the images are exactly the same. Before we get too far, let me remind you that this is not arbitrage. In other words, you can't buy this item on Alibaba and attach yourself to the listing on Amazon. That will result in getting your account shut down. This Amazon seller has created their own brand and brand name with this specific product. By definition, that is what a private label is. When multiple sellers end up selling the exact same item under different names, herein lies a huge mistake made by new sellers. It's the same item from the same supplier, and yet you can't sell it unless you create an all-new listing. You will need UPC codes, graphic design, logos, titles, description, images, keywords, and more just to create the listings. In looking at the pricing of the items, we can purchase this item for $3.98 if we want to place the minimum order of 500 units. That's $1,990 for one color. If we want the same combination of colors for your initial inventory, without shipping it would be $9,950. Keep in mind that is with generic packaging. On the listing, you will see that if you want the boxes customized with a custom logo, your minimum is 1,000 units, bringing your total purchase to $19,900 without a guarantee of actually making sales. In terms of profits, let's check that out using the real-time Spy Rivals profit calculator. Our buy price is $3.98. Let's average our selling price to $16 and add 50 cents to each item for the shipping costs from China. That's a 98% profit excluding long-term storage fees when your items don't sell, the cost of advertising for people to find you, the graphic design and marketing materials you need when you create your own product, and the fact that it takes months before you can even make your first sale. Most likely you will generate a 15% net profit after all costs on your first 2,500 items. Just for a quick minute, if you purchased retail or wholesale inventory, you would generate a 15 to 30% return on your investment within 60 days before you ever received this order from China. In addition, you don't need advertising, logos, or any other expense other than the shipping of the items to Amazon and some prep work, and you would do so with very little risk. When using the correct tools, you can determine your sales results with pinpoint accuracy. If you ignore quality control issues, cultural and language barriers, long lead times, intellectual property risks, customs issues, competition, and the understanding sponsored advertising, there could be a potential opportunity. The question is this: are you willing to take the risk? When investing in any business, an important factor is not just the return on the investment, but the velocity or speed of that return. In the amount of time it takes to make that first private label sale, you could make an additional 25% return on your investment without the downside risk. Private label sourcing is not easy. It takes time, education, patience, a large budget that you must be willing to lose, and a passion for your product. The real question is how you want to grow and scale your Amazon business. If you focus on what matters, concentrate on the basics, maximize your return on investment, and build your business the right way from the beginning, the opportunity is unlimited. Clearly, there are successful private label sellers on Amazon. However, for a new Amazon seller or for someone who simply wants to get the best return on their investment as quickly as possible, ignore the hesitation to order from Alibaba if you want to achieve huge success on Amazon.